Now, the Prime Minister's put insurance firms on notice as thousands of claims start rolling in. Cam Redden, live in the studio, our political correspondent, he wants to see money out the door as soon as possible.
Yeah, Kieran, this is the next frontier, really, once much of the clean-up work is done, eventually when those floodwaters subside. What's known as an insurance catastrophe has been declared. So that means that claims coming from parts of Lismore, for example, or flood-affected areas around Queensland and New South Wales now have to be dealt with as a priority by insurance firms. Already 3,000 claims have been made, but it's been noted that many of those people who are just returning to their homes now, just assessing the damage, might not put their claims in for several days or even weeks as they chase documentation and other things. The Prime Minister putting out a notice this morning to insurance firms telling them to act quickly and act in good faith, saying that any steps outside of that would be viewed very negatively by the government.
We will certainly hold the insurance companies to account. This is a time where they need to do a bit of repair of their relationships with the Australian public by doing the right thing and making payments immediately for people who are eligible. That's what people expect.
Insurance premiums have been one of the driving forces for inflation really for several years now, up 35% since the last election. The Coalition is also committed to trying to bring insurance premiums down, but there's growing confusion today, once again, over what the Coalition is proposing to do to bring insurance premiums down. They've had yet another position when it comes to divestiture. That is the idea of breaking up some of the big firms, or at least threatening to break them up, in order to increase competition and, in theory, drive prices down. To run you through what's happened over the last 4 weeks on the Coalition's position, this is Peter Dutton, the opposition leader, first flagging the potential for divestiture on Sunday agenda. This is from February 16, speaking to Andrew Clennell.
We need competition, we need depth in the insurance pool, and we need to make sure that we're not being ripped off by insurance companies. And as we've done with the supermarkets, where we have threatened divestment if consumers are being ripped off, similarly in the insurance market, we will intervene to make sure that consumers get a fair go.
We will intervene, he says. Fast forward to last Wednesday when Angus Taylor, the Shadow Treasurer, was at a financial review summit and he seemingly took insurance divestiture off the table.
So we've said we'll keep it confined
to
supermarkets and hardware. Yeah.
Not insurers?
No.
Okay.
We've been clear on that.
By mid-afternoon, Angus Taylor had walked it back on the same day, landing somewhere in the middle.
We expect all industries to act in a pro-competitive way, and that includes the insurance industry. If we see evidence of anti-competitive behaviour, then we will take appropriate action.
So yes, no and maybe. And now today, the Deputy Liberal leader, Sussan Ley, was campaigning in Western Sydney, where she seemingly took it off the table once again.
We do not propose divestiture with respect to insurance companies, and we've made that clear.
Right, and you won't be pursuing that after the election?
Well, you're asking me for another hypothetical question, what we might be doing in the future. I'm giving you an answer about what we've stated, about what we've proposed right now.
So yes, no, maybe and no again, Kieran. That's 4 positions really in 4 weeks. The government is already looking at this. They've called it policy on the run already, when insurance is going to be a key focus over these months ahead, even after the election, as these claims go through from flood-affected areas. Exactly what the Coalition's plan is, well, there's a bit more confusion around that today.
Indeed. Cam, thank you for the update.